What's up, everybody? I'm Rick,
And I'm Anna.
and welcome to our reaction to the 12 Guardian Ninja arc in Naruto Shippuden.
Welcome.
The 12 Guardian Ninja arc is a filler arc in Naruto Shippuden that covers episode 54 to 71. And this arc, a team of grave robbers is pillaging the tombs of the 12 Guardian Ninja with the plan of using their power to assassinate the Hokage. And the middle of it all is a young monk called Sora, in whom Naruto finds a kindred spirit. Asuma must also confront an old friend turned enemy from his past who is leading the raiders.
How many kindred spirits does Naruto have by now?
Everyone who is a kid
Right.
in this world is just like
Even-
me, who
even-
was a kid at some point.
Yeah, even the adult, like, you
Uh,
were just like me.
Yeah.
Was.
But we talked about it, right? It's the nature of this world. A lot of orphans, and then by definition, when they're orphans, they understand Naruto.
Right.
But in general, Anna, this filler arc, it was the first time for you watching it.
Yeah.
I had seen it before. What were your thoughts? Did you like it?
I mean, I liked it. It was an interesting story. It's very strange how it confronts with the rest of the story,
The main
The
story.
main story.
Yeah, the canon part.
exactly. Right.
Mhm.
It's bizarre, but I mean, I like the story. The story that they came up with was interesting, I think.
Did you think? I wouldn't say.
No?
I wouldn't say that there was much in this arc that I came out thinking like this was good. The concept in itself I thought was interesting, right? When first introduced, so those 12 Guardian Ninja
Right.
who were guarding the feudal lord. I thought like, oh, that's interesting, right? Because we rarely see that part of their world, right? It's mainly focused on Konoha, and also this idea that some of them were thinking, why are there like kind of two leaders in this country?
Yeah, that part was.
That's
yeah,
an interesting
true.
idea to me.
Yeah.
But I think the execution of the whole thing was
yeah, like
kind of
how they
weird.
went about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Or for no reason at all, some of us decided that there shouldn't be two leaders, so we're gonna kill the other one.
I wouldn't say that's no reason. I think that part makes sense. I think it's just, yeah.
No, to me that part didn't make sense. What I liked about it was like more the story between like the father and the son.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that was brought in like so weirdly, right? It never even amounts to anything. Like Sora never figures out that this guy was his dad.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, to me, I like the political element of it, right? There's two leaders, and this is something that happens in real life, right?
Right.
Emperor, shogun, like who's the leader? They fight over it, right? Or king, lords, who's the leader?
Yeah.
They fight over it. It always happens, so it's logical in my head that something like this would happen. But I think what was at first kind of a gray story of like, this is what I believe versus this is what you guys believe, and then we fight over it, like the 12 ninjas split into two groups, right? Turned into the classic like, oh, this other group is just evil.
Right. Okay.
The dad who survived is just evil. He wants to eliminate everyone. He laughs at people
even
die.
at the cost of his own son's
as his own
life.
son, yeah. Like it just becomes like tropey and easy. Right? And then it's never explained because they say like, oh, those 6 who rebelled against the Hokage, they were killed. And Asuma's like, I killed your dad personally, Sora, right? I remember doing it. And then the dad is alive, and they never explain.
Right.
How?
He throws out there like, oh, I should have checked
that
you
dead.
were actually dead. What?
So these were your friends. Sure, you fought, but they were your friends, and you just left the body there.
Right.
And then
like, he looks dead.
He looks dead.
I'm out of here. Yeah. Bye. That's bizarre. Yeah, that's true. I did like that this story seemed to focus more on other people than just Naruto. Not that he wasn't there, he was still there, but like others were also very...
Yeah, there was a lot of Asuma in it.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't just Sora and just Naruto and his kindred spirit.
But even Sora as a character, right, kind of, a lot of the time I found him annoying. It's kind of a...
It's very cool when you see a character like that who's like defines the norm, whatever the norm they set for the world that they live in. but they made it so superficial that you don't get it, you know, like his like a rebellious kind of attitude that he has towards everything and everyone. Like they do mention that it's because actually the monks and the other ones
They
also
hate
don't
him,
like
yeah.
him, but I feel like it's too superficial. Like you don't really feel his.
But also, I feel like he's so many other characters in this show, and especially in the fillers, they do that all the time, right? Naruto goes on a mission, he finds a kid there, and the kid
It's
is
just like him.
but also they hate each other at first, right?
Yeah.
And they keep fighting, and the kids is insolent. Like Sora is all of these kids,
Right.
always. It's the same thing, right?
Like if you think about it, they made that story, you know, in the original story, the main storyline. They did it with Sasuke and then they did it with Gaara, but both Sasuke and Gaara are such like
They did it so
different
much better.
individual.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they have their own characteristics
Mhm.
that are not just how much they
Yeah.
are like Naruto, you know?
And that's the difference too, is that like, oh sure, Naruto always comes up with these kids and they're like, oh, you were just like me, you were just like me, right? But all of these kids are usually unique, right?
Yeah.
Even Sai, you didn't like Sai at first, but then you
Right.
learn about his story and you're like,
Right.
oh, this guy is interesting, right? Sai is very different, even though they compare him to Sasuke all the time. Very different to Sasuke. Sasuke and Gaara are very different,
Right.
even though all four of them
Like
can come together and
just
say,
because they have like one thing in common,
mhm,
or that doesn't mean that they're the same.
they're the same, right?
Yeah.
But Sora is so similar to like four other kids
He's
from
the
the fillers.
template. He's the template,
Yeah.
you know.
And this is especially from the fillers, right? We watched
Right.
like 100 fillers of Naruto,
Before.
right?
Mhm.
And a lot of these kids, they're exactly like that, right?
Yeah.
That Star Village kid, it's exactly,
Yeah.
he's Sora but with another face, right?
Yeah.
And so like he's not that unique, and then even his power, who seemed to be unique at first, ends up being some weird thing with the nine tail.
Right. Yeah.
What did you think of that element actually?
Oh, I thought there was. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
What? Like they just gathered leftover
Chakra. If you
from-
could do that, why doesn't everybody just do that, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe it could have only been gathered like at the time when the
nine tail was there, yeah.
Yeah. But even then, like, I don't know. And then to say that even with that just like leftover chakra, then Sora can become as strong as
the nine tail.
The nine tail. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah,
You know?
that's weird.
Yeah.
And then like even the arm, he has a weird arm, right? And then
Right.
if you want to say like, oh, okay, it's
I could totally see they took that from Gaara's
yeah, it's
story.
the fox's arm.
Yeah.
But then why does it happen to him, not Naruto? Is it because he
Yeah.
can't control it? And why did the arm did that weird chakra arm thing? Like where
Right.
does that come from? Like there's so many. To me, the nine tail chakra thing kind of felt tacked on.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
we have this character, sure, he's not that original personality wise, but he has this original power with this arm and this wind chakra. And then at the end of writing him, they're like, oh, but how do we explain that power? Oh, it's the nine tail. It's the nine tail. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Just put it there.
but we talked about the fact that a central element of this was Asuma. Asuma is who's not someone that we saw a lot in the canon story, right?
Even before this filler arc started, we did get a few information
We
about
get
Asuma,
more about him,
and then
right?
they built on it. So I like that. I like
Mhm.
the part about Asuma.
Yeah, so we learn a little bit more about him, right? Even though that part with the 12 Guardian Ninja is not true, but
Yeah.
we still see him interacting with the third,
Right.
right? Which is something we never saw because they're father and son, of course. So that's interesting. I always like when fillers kind of give us, without conflicting with the main story, give us something that we didn't see or we wouldn't have seen, right?
Right.
We never saw him interacting with the third, now we see it a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah. Oh, and also we saw a little bit more wind chakra training.
Yes, slightly more, yeah. He did help both Sora and Naruto with their
Right.
wind chakra training. So just so that we don't forget that that's actually what Naruto was doing before
Yeah.
this whole thing started.
So I'm guessing now we're gonna go back to that.
Mm. Who knows? Who knows?
You know.
But yeah, so final words, right? Final verdict. Would you recommend people watching the 12 Ninja arc, the filler arc?
Really don't think it's necessary.
I mean, all the fillers are never necessary.
Yeah, but I mean,
is it entertaining?
This one doesn't even give you like that much of a story, to like an interesting story, something. I don't know. I guess it depends. If you just want more Naruto, then yeah, sure, go ahead and watch it. But otherwise, I would say no.
Yeah, I would also say no. I don't think, like, even amongst fillers, I'm not against fillers like on principle. And the 100 fillers that we watched, there were some that were very good, right?
Yeah.
Especially the one with the old man playing
yes.
a game with the kids.
That one was really
that
good.
one was very good.
So I think they're really good when they manage to like create a story that is not like too entangled with the main story.
Make it your own thing,
exactly.
Right? And make it
a side thing, a little whatever.
So that I don't scratch my head thinking like, wait, then are they gonna explain that there's this other
like
kid
even if it's not part of the main storyline, because that's how fillers work, you have to think that it might, it might as well have happened. This story could not have happened in like within the original story.
For everything to keep making sense,
right,
this can't be here, right?
Yeah.
And it implies a lot of things that then you scratch your head about, right? A lot of the kids see Naruto and Nine-Tail form, and you're like, I thought a lot of these kids were not
supposed to know about that,
be aware of that, right? Or even if they were, they never saw it, right? It was a big moment for Sakura when she did see it. So anyway, these fillers are not my favorite type. I like the type, like you said, that don't interact with the main story more, that don't contradict stuff from the main story. Create your own thing, and then just entertain me with just the characters that we've come to love, and have them do something else. And like I said, have these little elements sometimes of like, hey, we never saw, I don't know, Sai and Neji interacting, right? Let's put them together.
Right, yeah. In the other filler series, there were some stories like that, and those were some of my favorites.
Several different matchup of characters, formations. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this arc personally. If you've watched it and you love it, more power to you. If you are thinking about watching it and are not sure, I mean, after listening to this conversation, maybe you can make up your mind. If not, it never hurts to just watch a couple of episodes and then see where you go from there. Right. We barely talked about the villains, which I think is telling enough, right? A lot of them were forgettable. Soda's dad was the main villain, and even him, I'm like, okay, whatever. And the other four, I don't even remember their names.
Right.
So yeah, that's what it is. So that was it for our review of the 12 Guardian Ninja arc and Naruto Shippuden. If you liked this video, thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see our reaction. We're going back to reactions starting the next episode to Naruto Shippuden. Like this video if you did, and have a nice day.